The first thing I'd like to talk to you about is this magazine cover, The Economist, and the title to this magazine is The World in 2017. One of the first things you'll notice here is this planet Trump that they have here on the magazine. But they put some tarot cards on the front of this magazine, and I'd like for you to notice the resemblance of tarot cards and terror, like in horrific. But the first card you see there is the Tower card, and then pay special attention to this card called Judgment. But you see Trump sitting on top of the world with the United States flag that he is sitting on. But I've showed you in my previous videos that he is the one that's going to bring judgment on the world. Not just the United States, but actually the entire world. He's going to use the power of the United States to bring judgment upon the world. If we scroll on down here, you'll see this image here of death riding the white horse. This is Trump here, riding the white horse. And I want you to notice this nuclear explosion in the background, as this is what gave birth to the Antichrist. All of these cards are relevant to Trump in some form or fashion. But I've showed you in my previous videos that Trump is a magician. He has practiced sorcery probably from the time he was born. He was into sorcery and being taught the secret craft in Freemasonry or the secret societies, but he was actually raised up to be the Antichrist. He calls himself the chosen one. The wheel, this card here, you can't see it, but it's called the Wheel of Fortune. Trump knows, has the ability to look into the future. He can actually bet like on a horse race and actually know the outcome of the race, so that he can win money by being able to look into the future. He can actually see who wins football games and things like that. So his fortune was easily made, and you've seen that in some of the previous videos that I've made. Back to the Future was about Trump. Biff was Trump in Back to the Future. But this next image here, you can see these different tarot cards. Here's the Magician card. I'm going to show you more about it, but here's the Wheel of Fortune card. He's able to look into the future. I'm going to show this card here is the Great White Judgment. This is when the archangel comes down and blows. This should be a shofar, but the trumpet. This is the trumpet, the warning. But this is the Great Judgment Day. Your tarot cards, they understand ancient Hebrew. Here is the Devil card. This is Trump, and I'll show you more about this card later. This is Trump here riding the white horse with the red sash. He is going to be the sun god that everybody worships on Sunday. He will soon announce that he is God. But I'll show you a painting that somebody done with Trump on the white horse with the red sash. This is symbolic to blood, just like when he wears the red MAGA hat. MAGA in Latin means witchcraft or sorcery. Notice the One World Trade Center here in the background. The two towers were torn down so they could build the one tower. Notice the fear in the eye on this horse looking at you like, beware, because death is coming. But in Revelation it says that the blood will be up to the horse's bridle. So the blood's going to be this deep. But moving on to the next image. This is the Magician Terra card. Think Terra. But the Magician, also known as the Magus or the Juggler. This word Magus or Magician, if you look at the first three letters in this word, backwards is game, G-A-M, and there's actually an E here that only a few people can see. Yah has given me the ability to see that this word is game. A magician plays a game on you that you don't know the rules or you don't know the trick. But notice the juggler is the first trump. The trump or major arcana card in most traditional tarot decks. But now you know why Trump uses the word trump. A trump is a playing card which is elevated above its usual rank in trick-taking games. It's a trick. Magic is a trick. Typically, an entire suit is nominated as a trump suit. These cards then outrank all cards of plain non-trump suites in other contexts, and the term trump card or to trump can refer to any sort of action. You're being trumped by Trump, the magician. But you can read on down through here. I was trying to think if there was anything. Trump's always holding up hand symbols that are casting spells on the masses. Let's see if there's anything down through here that I was thinking there was something else that I wanted to point out. Oh yeah. Trump in gematria is the number 88. 88 is the Ouroboros symbol that stands for infinity. But you can see this symbol here above the magician's head. This is really an 8. It's the Ouroboros, and then you can see the snake down here on his belt, but this is the Ouroboros. And he's showing you the hand symbol here, as above, so below. Satan hides his secrets by turning things upside down and backwards. So he's showing you as above, so below. You could actually probably turn this card upside down, and there's actually probably hidden meanings that the artist hid by turning this card upside down. Now I want you to think about the word MAGA that Trump uses, that's on his hats and things, MAGA. When we look at the word magician, we see the word MAGA hiding within the word. M-A-G-A. MAGA. I see a magician. I see MAGA. But Trump is a magician. And I don't know how many of you are familiar with this demon right here, but this is Marina Abramovic. Now you can see the Abra in her name right here, as in abracadabra. She's a witch. And I'll take a second here and I want to show you what she is involved in. She's involved in what is called spirit cooking. And I want to show you what spirit cooking is. Before I play this little video clip, I want you to understand who this witch right here is. Most of your celebrities, Hillary Clinton, Lady Gaga, they're all into this what's called spirit cooking. Now here's an image of her. This is Lady Gaga here. But here's this, not sure if it's real or not. Kind of looks real. Looks like a swollen up body that's dead. But they're actually eating this body. Whether this is symbolic or real or not, bodies usually swell up when they're dead. But you can see, here's another image. This is Lady Gaga here. Not sure if any of you attend parties like this, but I've never been to anything like this where we sit around and eat bodies. These are the descendants of Cain. They are cannibals. But even at, look at these sick parties. This head here, and they'll make cakes out of full entire bodies and sit there and eat sick, disgusting stuff. I mean, here's how many of you attend parties like this where everybody sits around a round table and with a body laying in the middle of a skeleton with this body laying in the middle of it, and all these people. Once you sell out to Satan or the devil, Lucifer, he makes you defile your temple, which is your body. Well, somehow I pulled this up here. But I think I'll stop there. But one sick witch. And so is this one right here, Hillary Clinton. She's a witch. When you study enough about this woman, you'll understand she's a witch. And they're all related. She's related to Trump. Don't be fooled. These people has tricked you beyond measure. But they're all related. But Satan will make you eat feces, pee, poop, anything to defile your body, anything that will make your temple unclean. Satan will make you do once you sell out. But I want to play this little short video clip of an interview that this witch was doing, and I want you to hear what she says.
Speechless, I understand. But this is one opinion.
I guess I should have backed up there. I don't know how I got past.
But because before there will be another guy and another guy.
Now listen.
Because he's so irrational, he's so crazy, that's actually create that awakening, that we finally wake up. Because before there will be another guy and everything was similar, but he's so different than anything else. So he's the the magician who wakes us up. What do you think about that kind of theory?
She's talking about Trump. She says Trump is a magician.
I said, how is this possible? It's the best thing to happen. This once the shaman told me that actually the best thing happened in this planet right now is for Trump to be the president.
She said the best thing to happen in this world right now is Trump to be the president.
Because he's so irrational, he's so crazy. That's actually create that awakening, that we finally wake up. Because before it will be another guy and everything was similar. But he's so different than anything else. So he's the magician who...
The magician. Did you hear what she said? She said Trump is the magician. Listen close to what she said. This is the sun, the tarot card called the sun. This is the sun for like sun worship, but this is 19. X1X is 19. Think of 9/11. I can show you that the mark of the beast has this in the name. I showed it in one of my previous videos. Is a trump card in the tarot deck. But this is Trump riding the white horse with the red sash that I showed you. He's the sun god. And if you look close back here, here's his wall that he built. This is the Trump wall behind here. This is what's going to trap you Americans in. The wall was not built to keep people from coming into the United States. It was to keep you in once he unleashes hell upon you, which I'm seeing to be probably China. I think Trump's going to allow China to come in and trap the Americans within its borders, within its walls. Prisons have walls. This is this is a Bible verse here, if I can get it to pull up. This is Revelation 6:2. So I looked and saw a white horse, and its rider held a bow. When you see Trump holding his hands up like a fist, he's holding an invisible arrow because he's the rider that holds the bow. He's got the arrow ready. And he was given a crown. This is presidency, king. And he rode out to overcome and conquer. So he's working on bringing America will be the first to bring to judgment, because she's Mystery Babylon that has pretty much led the rest of the world astray. And when the Lamb opened the second seal, I heard the second living creature say, "Come." Then another horse went forth. It was bright red. Makes me think of China. And its rider was granted permission to take away peace from the earth and make men slay one another. This is what the vaccine's going to do. Once you take the vaccine, you will become half beast, which you'll be able to kill and eat other people, even your own family, because they're going to destroy what's called the VMAT gene in your brain, which is your pineal gland. Therefore, you now will become a beast. You won't have any love in you, in other words. But notice this Revelation 6:3 right here. 3 sixes is 666. 3 sixes is 666. This is the devil tarot terror, is the 15th trump or major arcana card. Notice this, X and V is 15. 1 and 5 is 6. But the one thing I want you to notice here is they're showing you the mark of the beast. The Hebrew Vav is the 6th letter in the Hebrew alphabet. And if you look close, the face of this beast is in the shape of a V. That's the Hebrew Vav. Scripture says that they'll receive a mark in their forehead. See the bottom of this star here? This is the mark here, the V for vaccinate, virus, vex. This is the mark that most of you will probably have in your forehead or right hand. And you can see there's an X here in the hand. There's more to this than that, but and you can see here that both male and female will be chained to the beast. You'll obey Trump. This is Trump. See the magician, the as above, so below. And notice here that he's putting fire to the male's ass. This is really who Satan is after, is mankind. Though he will punish the females, but notice that she has grapes on her ass here, and he has fire. His ass is on fire. So this is going to be who's really punished here. Notice here that the bat wings. Trump is also known as the Batman. He has many names, but one of his names is Batman. And let's see if there's anything else. Satan in gematria is 55. We see the 8 here, the Ouroboros. This word Baphomet, you can see the word Ho, H-O here, as in whore, met. And if you turn the P upside down, it becomes a D. So this word will decode to Met Bad Ho, the whore of Babylon. And notice here, Baphomet is a deity that the Knights Templar were accused of worshiping. Trump is a Knights Templar. If you trace his bloodline back, he is a Knights Templar. He is the Knights Templar Messiah, or the Jesuits' Messiah. He is really Jesus, the anti-Messiah. The real Messiah is Yahusha, and the anti-Messiah is Jesus, the lawless one. The followers of Jesus think they don't have to obey Yah's Torah. That's anti-Torah, anti-Yahusha. But you can study more about them. I'm trying to think if there was anything else in this that I could plant a seed with you. But what I'm doing today, guys, is just planting seeds with you. You'll be able to take what I've given you and expound on it. But noticing the word devil, the word evil's hiding in there. You look at devil backwards, it's lived. The devil did live. And not sure why this isn't pulling up. Oh, here we go. This was a little video clip of Trump, I think in his limo or something, but I want you to hear the title to this is Boy Asked Trump if he's Batman during helicopter ride. Now I want you to listen to what this little boy asked Trump.
Are you Batman?
I am Batman.
Are you Batman? Yes, I'm Batman. He is Batman. He's Baphomet. He's telling you right there, but most don't have eyes to see or ears to hear. Here he is. This is symbolic to his red sash that this is blood. MAGA hat. Magician. He's the magician. Now this is where it's going to start getting really creepy. If you've held on this long, you're getting ready to have your mind blown. First, let me pull up. I'm going to, in case some of you don't know who Aleister Crowley is, I'm going to show you a little bit about who he is. He was known, he was the self-proclaimed beast. He called himself the beast. He was known as the most evil man in the world when he was alive. And he was a magician. He was a sorcerer. He was a wizard. He's a warlock. But pull up some images of him to give you a good idea who this guy was. This is Aleister Crowley, but you can see here he was a very sick man. Once you understand who he was, very dark. But the sad part is he knew the truth, but he rejected it. In this image here, you can see that he's got the dalet on his head. He's showing it's hidden in plain sight. He wanted to make this look like a bad symbol, but really this is the Hebrew dalet pointing up to Yah, the Creator. But you could probably turn this symbol upside down, but a very evil man into dark black magic. This is a picture of him here with a little boy. The human mind can't fathom what happened to this little boy right here, I'm sure. This is him as a young guy, and then I showed you in my last video that this is him showing you the birth of the Antichrist, the black sun, the dark sun, out of his womb. I wouldn't doubt if somehow Trump has this man's DNA in him, but he's showing you the upside down, the Hebrew Vav, and he's showing that the birth of the Antichrist. This is the same symbol that Trump holds up when he's sitting in meetings and things. He holds this symbol up. He's showing you the birth of the Antichrist. Probably from his loins, from his gonads is what he's showing you. But dark evil man. Now, this is a letter that Aleister Crowley wrote to this guy Grady McMurtry on Trump's birthday. This was written on 6/14/1946, which is Trump's birthday. And we'll read the first two paragraphs, I guess, of this to give you an idea of what was going on in this letter. But his motto was, "Do what thou will shall be the while of the old." This should be whole, I think, is usually what most people say, the whole of the law. What he's saying is be lawless. That's what this is saying, which is really what Christianity is. if you don't obey Yah's Torah that was given to Moses at Mount Sinai, really you're saying do what thy will be the whole of the law. You are a law unto yourself. If you don't have to obey the Creator's law, then just obey whatever you think is right, which is lawless in Yah's eyes. But he says, I was delighted to have your letter of the 12th of May. I have not been able to answer it till now. My eyes are really bad that I have had to get someone to read out your letter to me. And I'm afraid her time being very limited. I think he's talking about he getting ready to sacrifice whoever this is that's been reading his letters or reading stuff to him, his assistant. I have had to postpone the reading of your poem until my new glasses come at the best. It is not good talking about Freighter 210. This, I believe, is Jack Parsons, and we'll see more about who Jack Parsons is here shortly. Coming over, he has got under the influence of a person whom I believe to be an ordinary con man. At any rate, he is acting quite insanely, and as far as I can see, both deceitfully and dishonorably. I am still waiting to hear whether the adverb dishonestly, notice he's got it in quotation marks, he's showing you a clue, should not be added to this list. In any case, he would not come, because oh, curse these people who have no ideas of their own. He's talking about his witchcraft. They're using his magic and sorcery, and can do nothing but pick up my ideas and try to put them into operation without in the least understanding them or knowing how to bring them to success. He's saying these people are trying to manifest his ideas and his creations, his magic, making them successful. Apparently he, or Ron, this is Ron L. Hubbard, the founder of Scientology, or somebody, is producing a moonchild. Trump is the moonchild. I get fairly frantic when I contemplate the idiocy of these goats. I apologize to goats. He's saying his people are goats too. Zoroastea, I am afraid, is much too old. I do not see what she could do. But what I want you to notice here is Moonchild. Trump was born on a solar eclipse, which is significant to the Moonchild. I've showed you in past videos that he is the Moonchild. But Aleister Crowley wrote a book titled Moonchild, and that's him there again. But notice down here he founded the religion of Thelma, identifying himself as the prophet entrusted with guiding humanity into the eon of Horus. Wonder who Trump is. Horus. But see if there's anything the plot of this book involves a magical war between a group of white magicians and a group of black magicians. Trump is a black magician over an unborn child. The unborn child was Trump at this point, because this was in 1917 and Trump was born in 1946. So they were starting to experiment with bringing forth the Antichrist. And you can more about this book. I don't know if there's anything else, but Crowley, he said that he talked to this entity called Lamb. And Lamb, if you look at the image of it, it looks like an alien. It looks just like a gray alien. He drew a picture of the entity that he actually talked with and got his knowledge from. But you can either get knowledge from Yah, the Creator, or you can channel spirits and get knowledge from the dark side. All your musicians, think magicians, musicians, they channel energy from the dark side to write their songs. Remember, Satan was the chief magician, or the chief musician. So they channel. So Satan gives them the words in their songs so that they'll be successful and make plenty of money, but they've got to sell their soul to him in order to get it. But not sure how many of you guys have heard of the Doomsday Clock, but this clock was maintained since 1947, so you know that a year prior to this that it was probably initiated. This is when it become live. But the Doomsday Clock is a symbol that represents the likelihood of a man-made global catastrophe, maintained since 1947, 1 year after Trump's birthday. But you can read more about this. The clock's original setting in 1947 was 7 minutes to midnight. It has been set backward and forward 24 times, 2 and 4, 6. Since then, the largest ever number of minutes to being midnight, 17 in 1991. Think about 9/11, 9/1 this way, 9/1 that way. And the smallest at 100 seconds, 1 minute and 40 seconds this year in January. So this clock is closest to midnight, which is Doomsday, was set in January of this year. Now it's showing only 1 minute and 40 seconds before midnight, the closest it's ever been. But you can read more about this. But what I want you to take notice of is about the time of the birth of Trump, the clock was established. This is a nuclear explosion that was called Operation Crossroads. The Crossroads. Think about Route 66, the Crossroads. But this is what they're saying is this was the changing point in history when this nuclear explosion happened. Operation Crossroads was a pair of nuclear weapon tests conducted by the United States at Bikini Atoll in mid-1946. Trump was born in mid-1946. They were the first nuclear weapons test since Trinity in July of 1945. But just keep in mind, what I'm trying to show you here is this first nuclear explosion happened around the birth of Trump. Now I'd like to show you this information here. This operation, or this bomb here, was called Little Boy. Little Boy was the code name for the type of atomic bomb dropped on Japanese city of Hiroshima on 6 August 1945 during World War II. It was the first nuclear weapon used in warfare. But the main thing I want you to understand is the name. Why did they use this name, Little Boy? Let's go. This was a Trinity was the code name of the first detonation of a nuclear device. The very first one they lit off was called Trinity. Think about Trinity. It was conducted by the United States Army at 5:29 a.m. on July 16, 1945, so about a year before Trump was born, as part of the Manhattan Project. There's a lot to this Manhattan Project, but you guys probably find some good nuggets in there as well. But you can read on down through here. But the main thing that I wanted to bring to your attention is why did they use the name Little Boy? Now, I'm going to introduce you to Jack Parsons. You must understand this was a pupil of Aleister Crowley, who I showed you earlier, the Beast, the most evil man supposedly in the world. John Whiteside Parsons, born Marvel Whiteside Parsons, was an American rocket engineer, chemist, a Thelmanite occultist. See, there's your Aleister Crowley connection. But here, the most evil man in the world, he's associated with the most evil man in the world, and he's over he's a rocket engineer. Parsons was one of the principal founders of both the Jet Propulsion Laboratory, JPL, and the Aerojet Engineering Corporation. He invented the first rocket engine to use a castable composite rocket propellant, and pioneered the advancement of both liquid fuel and solid fuel rockets. This man here, explosion expert, nuclear expert. But you can learn more about who he was and his connections to after a brief involvement with Marxism in 1939, Parsons converted to Thelema, the English occultist Aleister Crowley's new religious movement. In 1941, with his first wife Helen Northrop, Parsons joined the Agape Lodge. And notice the OTO right here. But so just a few years before Trump is when he started getting involved with this, with Aleister Crowley. And in 1945, now this is a year before Trump was born. In 1945, Parsons separated from Helen after having an affair with her sister Sarah, when Sarah left him from L. Ron Hubbard. His wife went over to this the founder of Scientology. You can see up here, get it pulled back up here. Ron Hubbard was an American author of science fiction and fantasy stories who founded the Church of Scientology. This is what a lot of your movie stars and people, this is what they're involved in. In 1950, Hubbard authored Dianetics, the modern science of mental health, and established a series of organizations to promote Dianetics. But he was the founder of the Church of Scientology. Trust science, not Yah the Creator. But now here, pay close attention. He conducted the Babylon working. And I'm going to show you more about what this is. I'll show you more about that in a minute. A series of rituals designed to invoke the Thelmic goddess Babylon. You've heard of Babylon before, hadn't you? To earth. This was to bring bring the Antichrist to life on the earth. Now, this is what they were playing around with, rituals designed to invoke the Thelemic goddess Babylon to earth. That's talking about manifest this Antichrist. He and Hubbard continued the procedure with Marjorie Cameron, with Parsons married in 1946. Trump was born in 1946. Now this is Babylon working. The Babylon working was a series of magic ceremonies or rituals performed from January to March 1946, right before Trump was born, by author, pioneer rocket fuel scientist, and occultist Jack Parsons and Scientology founder L. Ron Hubbard. These two teamed up to do this ritual called Babylon working to bring forth the Antichrist. The ritual was essentially designed to manifest an individual incarnation of the archetypal divine feminine called Babylon. The project was based on a series of ideas. He told you that they were playing around with his ideas and his description of a similar project in his 1917 novel Moonchild. But you wouldn't. You need to read all of this. When Parson declares that the first of the series of rituals was complete and successful, he said they were successful. He almost immediately met Margie Cameron in his own home and regarded her as the elemental. That might be you can read more about that, but that he and Hubbard had called through the ritual. So this individual shows up. Soon Parsons began the next stage of the series in an attempt to conceive a child through sex magic workings. Although no child was conceived, this did not affect the result of the ritual to that point. Parsons and Cameron, who Parsons now regarded as the Scarlet Woman, Babylon, called forth the ritual, he soon married her. But you can read on down. They documented the entire ritual and claimed it was successful. In fact, Parsons told his mother that it was successful, that they were successful in what they did. Now this is where you better hold on to your beware. That's all I got to say. This is I'm going to play a little video right here. The title to this video is The Destroyer of Worlds, the Birth of the Golem, Human Kill Us. Human Kill Us. Kill us humans. The Golem, Human Kill Us. But I want you to listen to the words closely in this video, as you'll get an understanding of what nuclear explosions, Aleister Crowley, Jack Parsons, and Donald Trump all have in common. And remember the little boy that bomb was named.
American author Michael Hoffman, in his book Secret Societies and Psychological Warfare, speculates that the golem fetus may have been placed inside a giant 25-foot long, 12-foot in diameter canister, which was photographed at the Los Alamos atomic bomb test range. This mysterious canister was nicknamed Jumbo.
It was made of solid lead and cement. It is conceivable that the fetus was placed in the center of the canister.
A fetus was placed in the center of that bomb.
First atomic bomb, thus infusing the demon child with what Kabbalists call the demonic force of atomic fire.
There's Trumpy boy.
We are going to become gods. Period. If you don't like it, get off. You don't have to contribute. You don't have to participate. But if you're going to interfere with me becoming God, we'll have big trouble. And we'll have warfare. The only way you can prevent me in this 50 or is to kill me. You kill me, I'll kill you.
The birth of the golden human Killus.
The destroyer of worlds. If you're going to interfere with me becoming God, we'll have big trouble.
You have a grandstand scene here to one of the most momentous events in the history of science. In less than a minute, you will see the most powerful explosion ever witnessed by human eyes. The flash will come out of the horizon just about there. And this is the significance of the moment. This is the first full-scale test of a hydrogen device. If the reaction goes, we're in the thermonuclear era. For the sake of all of us, and for the sake of our country, I know that you join me in wishing this expedition well. It is now 30 seconds to zero time.
I think you're witnessing the birth of the Antichrist.
Until 10 seconds after the first light. Minus 15 seconds.
8:11. See the 8 and 11?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I think you just witnessed the birth of the Antichrist.
Two people laughed. Two people cried. Most people were silent. I remembered the line from the Hindu scripture, the Bhagavad Gita. Vishnu is trying to persuade the prince that he should do his duty, and to impress him, takes on its multi-armed form, which says, "Now I am become death.
I have become death, the destroyer of worlds. The destroyer of worlds." Now, most of you have never heard the term golem human killus before. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a description of what the human killus is. But a human killus, little person, remember little boy in the bomb, is a representation of a small human being, popularized in the 16th century alchemy and 19th century fiction. It is a historically referred to the creation of a miniature, fully formed human. The concept has roots in pre-formationism as well as earlier folklore and alchemic traditions. These wizards practicing alchemy didn't do it for no reason. You must understand that. There was a reason that they practiced this. We'll read on down there to give you a little bit better understanding of this. But the homunculus first appears by name in alchemical writings attributed to Paracelsus. Notice that S-U-S on the back of this word as in Jesus. But outlines his method for creating homunculi. That the sperm of a man be petrified by itself in a sealed cucorbic for 40 days with the highest degree of petrifaction in a horse's womb. Think about Rider on the White Horse. Or at least so long that it comes to life and moves itself and stirs, which is easily observed. After this time it will look somewhat like a man, but transparent, without a body. If after this it is fed wisely with the arcanium of human blood, think about the Arcanian cards, of human blood, and it's fed with human blood, and be nourished for up to 40 weeks, and be kept in the even heat of the horse's womb, a living human child grows therefrom, with all of its members like another child, which is born of a woman, but much smaller. Comparisons have been made with several similar concepts in writings of earlier alchemists, although the actual word homunculus was never used. We'll go on down there, but people think that alchemy was about turning stuff into gold, but really it was about artificial life. In Islamic alchemy was a goal of certain Muslim alchemists, a notable one being, whoever this guy is, in the alchemical context. Taquin refers to the artificial creation of life in the laboratory up to and including human life. This is what they want to do. They're wanting to create life like Yah the Creator. They want to create their own life. Here we go. The homunculus continued to appear in alchemical writings after Paracelsus' time. The chemical wedding of the Christian Rosicrucians, 1616. Take note. For example, concludes the creation of a male and female form identified as the homunculi duo. I've often wondered if Trump isn't both male and female. I've seen a lot of evidence that does point to him like Baphomet as being both genders. The allegorical text suggests to the reader that the ultimate goal of alchemy is not this, turning things into gold, but instead of the artificial generation of humans. Here the creation of homunculi symbolically represents spiritual regeneration and Christian soteriology. In Christianity, salvation is the saving of human beings from sin and its consequences, which include death and separation from God by Christ's death and resurrection, and the justification following this salvation. And then if you read on down through, I've talked about the rising phoenix. Trump is the rising phoenix. In 1975, Count Jonathan Ferdinand, together with Abigeloni, an Italian cleric, is reputed to have created 10 homunculi with the ability to foresee the future. Trump can foresee into the future. That's how he's able to be one step ahead of everybody else. Which this guy kept in glass containers at his Masonic lodge, Freemasons, in Vienna. And then you see here Phoenix devoted an entire chapter for the scrying ghost. These are reputable to have been seen by several people, including local digitaries. But you can read on down through here. But the homunculus has also been compared to the golem. In Jewish folklore, a golem is an animated anthropodic being that is created entirely from inanimate matter. The word was used to mean an amorphous, uninformed material in Psalms and medieval writings in Jewish folklore. Now, these are the Jews from the synagogue of Satan. That's where a lot of Christianity confusion comes in, is there's two so-called groups of Jews. One is from the synagogue of Satan, and the other ones simply follow the laws that Moses was given on Mount Sinai. But you can read on down through here, but very, very interesting. These guys was playing with some dark stuff. Now I'd like to, we're getting pretty long in our video, but I'd like to show you a couple things. This is 2 Thessalonians 2:3. Don't let anyone deceive you in any way, for that day, the great and terrible day of Yah, will not come until the rebellion occurs. This is lawlessness right here. Rebellion just means lawlessness. That's what Christianity is. It's lawlessness. It's come. Christianity done away with the laws at Mount Sinai and occurs, and the man of lawlessness is revealed. I just now showed you who the man of sin is. The man doomed to destruction. This is Trump. He's doomed to destruction. But he has been revealed, so for that day will not come until the man of lawlessness is revealed. Well, he has been revealed. I just proved to you who he was through these videos that I've created and several others. If you hadn't watched the part 1, part 2 to this series, a lot more information hiding in there for you. Think of, this is Strong's Hebrew word 2020. 2020 is sight. Perfect sight is 2020. We're in the year 2020. And you can see that this word means deliverance. Live. You can also see the word live, not liver, but live hiding in the word deliverance. Those that obey Yah, call on his true name, and try their best to obey his law, they get to live. And it sounds like the year 2020 is the year that we'll get deliverance, because hell's coming. The white horse is already riding, and I am under the impression that maybe the red horse is heading this way. But a word that you might want to look into right there. Here's another Strong's word. Hebrew 2021. next year, 2021. Perhaps a weapon of war. Nuclear explosion. Nuclear explosion. I encourage you guys to go to my YouTube channel, and I have over the years, y'all has, because I kept his Sabbath and I tried my best to eat clean and I tried to obey his laws to the best of my ability, he has given me the key to understanding, and I've made a lot of videos and things that show the knowledge that he's given me. I've created a playlist on YouTube. Anytime that I found a video proving out who Trump is, I would try to add it to that playlist. But this is my YouTube channel here. If you get on Google and search, YouTube and search, the name of the channel is YAH is Yah, and then U, and then Yah here. It's kind of as above, so below. This way it says Yah, this way it says Yah, and then you are in the middle, you become enlightened. They've hid, the secret societies and the elite has hidden knowledge from you, and scripture says my people are destroyed from lack of knowledge. So I have given you a lot of knowledge here. You can click on videos here. I encourage you, if you liked what you seen, please click on the like button. If you didn't like it, click on the dislike. But the likes actually help videos get more views, and might help save someone's life, save them from having to go through tribulation, aka hell. But you can see that the videos here, the Antichrist is here. This is a very knowledgeable video here. There's a storm coming. Here's part 2 to this. There's going to be a part 3 and probably a part 4. But I encourage you to go down through here. A lot of good information, and watch these videos. If you mainly want to focus on Trump, knowing who he is, you can click on the playlist here, and you can see this playlist here. Trump is the Antichrist, and I think there's over 80 videos in this playlist, 85 videos, and you can see those videos down through here. Each one of these videos hold a piece to the puzzle. If you will watch all of these videos, you will get most of your puzzle put together. But you've got to go down through here and watch all the videos, as one guy might have a couple pieces to the puzzle, and somebody else might have a couple pieces, and I might have a piece. But I've been studying Trump for a long time. I think it was a job duty that Yah gave me to do, to expose who he is, to warn you of what's coming. But I encourage you to watch these videos. Watch all the videos in the Trump playlist. The Trump is the Antichrist playlist. If you will watch these videos, there is undeniable proof who this man is, and you'll learn what the mark of the beast is. You'll learn what the good mark is, the one that points you in the right direction, which is the Dalet going this way. And you'll understand that the Freemasons they knew what both marks were. They still know what both marks is. But thank you guys for watching. Please share the video. Please like the video or dislike it, one or the other. But I hope you share the video with your loved ones, because what is coming to the earth is worse than anything this earth has ever seen. If you know anything about the Dark Ages, this is going to be a lot worse than the Dark Ages. But they really got creative in their torture techniques in the Dark Ages, so you can only imagine the torture devices that will be in this new technology age. But again, thank you for watching. Please post comments, anything. If you've made a discovery that you can add to this, please post it in the comments, and I'll try to incorporate it in maybe the next video. But shalom to you. May Yah Barak you, which means bless you and your family, and may Yah keep you safe, and may Yah open your eyes and give you wisdom so that you can see and bring you out of the darkness. Shalom.